guys, Tom here. Welcome back to my movie channel and thank you very much for joining me for this, my review of the brand new show, Sorry for Your Loss. But before we get into today's review, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell so you never miss out on my take on all things movies and entertainment. So, Sorry for Your Loss is a brand new show starring Elizabeth Olsen and Kelly Marie Tran and follows the story of Elizabeth Olsen's character Lee, who is dealing with the loss of her husband and just her story going through and experiencing loss and the grieving process. And this show isn't on Netflix, it's not on Hulu, it's not on Amazon Prime. Of all things, it's on Facebook. Facebook has started getting into the streaming game, it would seem, coming out with some of their own original content. And this show I just discovered completely by accident. Stumbled across it completely by accident, falling down an internet rabbit hole somewhere. And then I decided, you know what, it's got Elizabeth Olsen, she's one of my favorite actresses right now, I'm gonna give it a try. I watched the first episode and I'm hooked. Currently at the filming of this review, there are only 4 episodes available. This show is available on Facebook just by searching Sorry for Your Loss in the search bar. And as I said, there are only 4 episodes up right now. New episodes come out every Tuesday night. But I have seen the first 4 episodes and I'm hooked and I'm absolutely blown away. Facebook are knocking it out of the park just with this one show. They've just come out the gate swinging and they've produced 4 episodes of a show so far that I think I've enjoyed more than any original show I've seen on Netflix or any other streaming service. And you might think that's hyperbole, but it's not, and take that with a grain of salt though, because I don't watch very many shows, but I've tried to get into a few shows that have had a lot of hype and are popular. And I've had a lot of people recommend me different shows and I just haven't been able to get into them since maybe Breaking Bad or Prison Break, which is my last 2 shows that I was really into and really invested in. And Sorry for Your Loss is just a captivating show. And the show is about loss and it understands the grieving process and the mourning process and shows it in very vivid ways. Like you're watching the show and you can just feel the pain that these characters are experiencing. And it also very vividly shows the wide range of emotions that the characters go through, particularly with our main character Lee, played by Olsen, but also in her family members. Her sister, played by Kelly Marie Tran, she feels this loss as well. Lee's brother-in-law, he is a great character, and all these characters are so well written and they're so deep, and in just 4 episodes I relate to these characters, I understand these characters, I care very deeply about all these characters. Her mum is another one in the show who I wasn't digging the character at first, and you start to understand what she's about. She's a very well-rounded character. All these characters, that's like the biggest compliment that I can pay this show. In just 4 episodes, they've demonstrated how well-rounded, how deep, how complex these characters and this story really is. And I think one of the things this show does the best is the way that it tells this story, because it uses flashbacks at certain points in Lee's story throughout the show to build up the relationship between her and her late husband Matt. And through these series of flashbacks throughout the show, you see their relationship build, you see why they were so close, and there's also a bit of mystery surrounding his character, and she's discovering things she didn't know about her late husband after he's gone. And I think that's one of the things that this show really does best, and it's why this show is so good at building character and relationships and character dynamics. This show is a very deep and heavy and emotional show and really hits you in the gut. But this show does understand that, like, it can't just leave you feeling depressed and down, and it has very subtle moments of humor and levity, and there's some really heartfelt moments and some really uplifting moments in just 4 episodes. Like, I haven't even seen an entire season yet. I've just seen 4 episodes and already I have this many good things to say about it. And that to me really is the sign of a good show. Now let's talk about Elizabeth Olsen for a second. Elizabeth Olsen is one of my favorite actresses right now. She's Scarlet Witch in the MCU, but put that aside, she was in Wind River last year, which for those of you who've watched my videos for a long time know that Wind River was my favorite movie of 2017, and she was fantastic in that. She's fantastic in a lot of other small indie movies she's done as well. But in this show, man, she's it's just a talent showcase for her. She can show so many emotions, and she's so good at portraying this character. And you just, as I said before, you really feel her pain and you really relate to her character too. Now, I haven't lost anyone that close to me in my life yet, thank God, but I can only imagine someone watching this show who has gone through something similar to what our main character has, and how this show would affect them and help them. And I was going through the comments on the video on Facebook and just seeing the amount of people pouring into those comments, sharing their stories and saying thank you for this show and how much this show is helping them deal with their grief. It's a really inspiring thing to see, and it is in a weird way an inspiring show as well, particularly for these people that have been through similar things. Now, Kelly Marie Tran, she copped a lot of hate from her role as Rose in Star Wars The Last Jedi. I actually liked her performance in The Last Jedi. I didn't like the character so much. But Kelly Marie Tran in this show just absolutely kills it. She plays Lee's sister, and she's an ex-addict. And that just gives the character a whole new layer of like dimension, a whole new depth. And she's going through a lot of stuff in this show, and I really am invested in her characters equally as I'm invested in the character of Lee. In fact, all these characters so far, you know, often when I watch shows, you know, there are some characters that I'm really invested in, there are some characters that I'm not so invested in. This show so far, all these characters, man, they've all got their struggles. I'm invested, I'm attached, I'm in love with all these characters. I'm just in love with this show. It's such a deep, emotional show, but with subtle moments of levity. And again, I've only seen 4 episodes. I just wanted to really talk about this show and really recommend this show because I think this show is awesome, and I'm really excited to see where this show goes. It's on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and search in the search bar, Sorry for Your Loss. It will come up. You can watch it. Hopefully it stays free for the remainder of this show because I'm absolutely hooked. And who would have thought Facebook would come out and produce a damn good show and get into the streaming game? I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think they were going to do it, but they have, and they've come out swinging. So guys, I highly recommend checking out Sorry for Your Loss. It's a really, really good show. I've only seen 4 episodes, but I'm already hooked. So check it out if you get the chance. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and ring that notifications bell so you never miss out on my take on all things movies. My name is Tom, and I will see you guys next time.